So throughout my time interacting in the anime and manga community, whether it being having a debate, a friendly argument, or even consuming anime and manga related content, I only seem to come across the never-ending debate of anime versus manga and which is a better medium. For the longest time I was an anime only, as reading was something that never really took my interest as I hated it in school. But after waiting for months for new seasons of my favorite anime, I grew impatient and decided to try out manga. After reading and catching up to a few series, I began to appreciate manga more and realized that I had really been missing out, as reading manga was a great experience with a lot of perks. And that brings us to today's video, anime versus manga, the never-ending debate. I will try my best to discuss each side's pros and cons in a non-biased way, so I really do hope you enjoy, and if you do, I highly suggest you consider subscribing. But enough said, let us try and settle the never-ending debate of anime versus manga. Well, I won't lie, if it wasn't for anime, most of us would probably never have gotten into the medium of manga. Anime had always served as a gateway, and throughout my time in the community, I've never came across someone who got into manga first rather than anime. But with that being said, if you yourself are one of those people, or if you know anyone who is, feel free to comment down below. I read all of the comments and most of the time I'll reply. Anime of course has its perks, such as voice acting and the soundtrack, which plays a big role in making a scene worthwhile and more memorable. For example, a show in the music genre might not do as well as a manga as it does as an anime. Reason being that you're reading music. There's no sound, and of course emotion can be conveyed by dialogue, but at the end of the day, it's music. Voice acting and actual sound make it a much better experience, and that doesn't only go for shows in the music genre. A rage scene can be much better done in an anime than in a manga, because of the huge role soundtracks and voice acting plays in adding more emotion to the scene and making it more memorable. I am in no way, shape or form saying that manga has less emotion and doesn't have worthwhile moments. Guts' rage is my favorite rage scene in all of anime manga, and how the creator played it out was golden. I just feel like some scenes can be done way better in an anime than they can in a manga. Take Simon vs the Anti-Spiral as an example. Without the background music and Simon's godly voice acting, I don't think it would have been such a great experience and had such a great impact on me. The OST in the fight was perfect and really made it worthwhile. And of course, another perk that anime has is amazing animation. Although sometimes animation can be a double-edged sword when the manga art is out of this world, manga that come to mind being Berserk, One Punch Man, or Vagabond, although it doesn't have an anime. But aside from that, animation really has a big role to play. Obviously, characters and plots is more important, but we do not want another Berserk 2016, please, okay? Animation can also make fights better and more impactful. For example, a manga with not the best of art can always be done justice if the studio animates it right. The use of color, motion, sound, music, and great choreography all add to the experience of the fighting, and if done well, it may be carved into your memory as a whole. Now, onto the cons of anime. If I'm really being honest, I don't see these as any major problems or disadvantages, but at the end of the day, there are still flaws. Remember quarantine, a time that feels like it was forever ago, but in reality it was only a few months back. It was a mixed time, some horrible things had happened, people had lost their jobs, and some had even got sick. I am grateful I was not one of those people. On the other hand, many teenagers and young people alike were happy that they were getting so much free time to do whatever the hell they wanted, except going outside of course. And then there was me. After a very unreasonable long break from anime, I finally got back into it a month before quarantine, thank you to a good friend of mine. So of course I was hyped. I had all the time in the world to watch all the anime I had missed out on during the years. I found myself watching anime for 12 plus hours every single day for about 3 months. And then came the time when I had to go back to school. At first I was like, alright, that's fine, it's just 6 less hours of anime, but after a while I found myself not even being able to watch more than 3 episodes a day because of all the homework and studying I had to do. That was when I realized just how time consuming anime is, and I really do find myself missing those days where I could just decide, okay, today I'll watch all of season 1 of a certain particular series without worrying about losing time. And of course I have weekends and my midterm breaks and my holidays to watch non-stop, but that just leads us to another problem. The anime burnout, the stage that almost all anime fans will go through after watching anime excessively. You'll hate watching the very thing you loved not so long ago, and nothing will keep you entertained. A common solution to overcome a burnout is to just wait it out until you actually feel like watching anime, or just watch YouTube videos, preferably mine please, non-anime shows, or read manga during your burnout. Trust me, you'll get over it and you'll end up watching anime, just like how you did before. Now, onto manga. Manga as a whole doesn't really have quote-unquote flaws, but there are some things that can hinder your experience. A problem I found myself having when reading manga was sometimes not knowing what the hell was going on. Paneling may be weird sometimes, and it just makes things hard to follow and understand. Luckily, this is a very rare problem, but I just wanted to point it out. Another problem may be that sometimes a manga does not have good scans online, or it's just hard to find. Dora and Kakyo Hitman Reborn come to mind, sorry if I butchered the name, but anyways, it's a rare occasion. Now, when I talk to some of my anime only friends, their main issue is the actual entire idea of reading, and when I ask how many manga they've read, the usual answer is 0. Now this isn't a bad thing, not at all. I was once the same. To all anime onlys watching this, don't be afraid to try out manga. It's not like normal books and not boring at all. You'll have an amazing time reading manga. Manga is not time consuming at all. You can read it whenever you want without worrying about losing time. I usually find myself speed reading 10 or so chapters before I go to sleep. Even though some manga are quite long with 300 plus chapters, it wouldn't take long at all to catch up because of how convenient manga is. And unlike anime, you don't have to wait a whole year for the manga to come back. With manga, you get a new chapter every week or month, unless it's on hiatus. Cough cough, Hunter Hunter, please come back. Manga art is also spectacular. Some of the panels I've seen are out of this world, and most manga keep up great panels consistently. So I'm pretty sure your eyes will experience an orgasm soon. And yeah, manga does not have voice acting and background music, but emotion can be conveyed just as good or even better through how the art and scenes are drawn. Like, you'll be able to see it, trust me. A lot of anime also suffer from very poor adaptations, cough cough, Tokyo Ghoul. So you can always end up reading the manga, and if the adaptation is poor, most of the time the manga will be amazing. And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of the video. Overall, I'd say they're both equal. At the end of the day, there will never be one that's better, because art is subjective, and it all comes down to preference. Someday you might prefer to watch anime, another you might choose to read manga, or hell, even both. Anyways, I thank you for watching up until the end. I hope you enjoyed. Tell me your thoughts on the video down below in the comments, and if there is anything I should improve on. If you like this kind of content and you want to support me, I encourage you to subscribe because I plan on doing more videos like this. But with that said, I'll make sure to catch all of you guys next time. Stay safe. This is me signing out.